Hi, hello, I'm Crooked. How are you? Amanda, singing artist. We're gonna do our eyes. I have been on a mission, and it's because I have hooded eyes, but I don't have mature eyes. I want to try something, and my challenge is if you have mature eyes, more mature than mine, I want you to try this and tell me if it works. But I want to show you the method. So this is a way for you to help me to help you. And I'm going to use the new color Dream, but I'm also going to use Cocoa and maybe Foxy. I'm not sure. We're going to just play with these colors. I wore them yesterday. I love this combo. Truth be told, if Cocoa could be Philly, I would, but Philly is out of stock and I don't want to share it. All right. Dream. It's a dream. Honestly, it's a beautiful color that is an everyday standalone color. You could pair it with a shimmer. You can wear it on its own. It's whatever you want. So I'm going to prep my lids, and I want to talk about a method. I think personally, the brush I want to use is it's not the smudge brush, blur brush. This is the blur brush. So it's got, it's like the smudge brush. It has that round domey end on one end. Okay, here we go. Let's go down. All right, so here's the smudge brush. So it has a similar end right here with it being a round domey end, and then it has almost like an eyeshadow brush fluffy end. I think this is a great brush for mature lids. Mature lids, because you get this dense end to press this in. I talk about hooded eyes in a way of using this, but I've also heard from people saying the method doesn't work for them, and I feel like it's a mature lid issue, but I've been watching a lot of videos and I've been doing my work. All right, so we're going to prep our lids. Find a primer that works for you. Now, that could be Sorbet, that can be using your highlight colors. If you have a heavy texture, I would find something that sets, whereas a Seint highlight color may not work for everybody. It works for me. I'm putting that on. Find a primer that works for you. And press it on. I wouldn't swirl it around. I have a bit of lid movement, so I press mine on, and I would recommend a pressing motion start to finish, not a swirly motion, because you're really just moving the skin. You're not moving the product as much. And so we're going to press this in from lash to brow, just putting it on, pressing that on, and then I'm going to go into my setting. Actually, no, I've been really loving using Strawberry Fields, but find something to set and create a blendable surface. So powders blend well on powders. I'm going to take Strawberry Fields, and I'm pressing this over that cream. When you're using a powder over a cream and you're wanting it to be blendable, you've got to have a blending surface. And powders blend on powders. If you put it right on a cream, it's going to stick in that spot and it's going to make blending a little more difficult. All right, we're pressing this in, putting this on, lash to brow. This just makes that surface blendable. Again, I'm going to repeat that a billion times. It's blendable, okay? All right. What brush is this again? Blur brush. All right, we're going to get our eyeshadows here. The first thing I'm going to do is take the fluffy end, and I'm going to go into Drift. Now, this is a personal preference. If you don't want a shimmery underbrow, don't do this. Find what works for you. If you don't like using shimmer, don't use shimmer. It's okay. You can also use Cupcake, Strawberry Fields, Pup, Mama, Paris, instead of shimmers to add a brightness and a pop of color. You can absolutely do that. If you don't like shimmer, it's not for everyone. Find what works for you. But you could easily take a color like Drift and supplement it with Cupcake and get the same look, but it's matte. All right, we're going to go in on this denser end, and I'm going to go into Dream. Now, this is what I want to do with Dream. Tap it off. And if you have this is what I want you to try. If you have mature lids, work with me so I can work with you. And I want to take Dream, and I want to press this on my lid. And this is something I've seen a lot of people doing with mature lids. We're just going to cover the full lid, and we're going to bring it all the way up. Because when you're working with movable skin, I feel like the area is better rather than, stay with me here. So this is what I think. I want to press this on, and I want to bring it up, tapping, okay? Tapping and blending it up. Okay, so we're covering the lid. It's almost like doing that gradient color where I made it really deep at the lash line, but we're just keeping it nice and even and light and building it up, making it deeper and darker, so I can grab some more on this dense end and I can just press this on the outer corner and make it deeper, okay? But keeping it on the full lid, that way we can create the placement and then we can create the shaping. That's my process on this. This is just me winging it, and I want to see if it works for you. So we're, again, grabbing Dream, and it's just a building process and keeping, I love Dream as a one and done color, okay? We're going to bring this down under the eye. Oh, I'm poking my eyeball. And then I'm going to take like a blend brush, and we could just tidy this up. Just like that. All right. And then you can take a color, we'll say like Drift, or you know what? Scratch that. Let's take Strawberry Fields, because that's what I used as my base. Taking Strawberry Fields, using your finger, it's a matte color, and then pressing that in the middle and bringing it in. And that's how I want you to try it for a hooded mature lid. It's just the way I want you to. I'm always trying to find a solution, and I feel like solutions come from trial and error and trying it. If it doesn't work, don't do it again. It's makeup. It washes off. I'm not asking for you to get a tattoo. So again, taking that on the dense end. I love this brush for mature lids because it has that dense end, and pressing this all over. And again, bringing this up, covering the lid, grabbing as you need, covering the lid, bringing it up past the crease, up onto that brow bone, pressing it. That way you can close your eye, open your eye, close your eye, open your eye, and you can work resting your eye, and you can see where your skin lays, and you're getting everywhere. All the creasing, all the falling, all the raising, it's in all of the areas. That's what I think. And then pressing a little more on that brush, building it out on the outer side so you still get that structure. I love Dream. I think Dream, Sedona, Cafe, Basic are all really great colors to test this out on, because it's not a crazy bold color. It's a buildable color. Those are buildable colors. I want to know if this method works for you. Help me help you. It's going to be the Tom Cruise of colors. So we're going to bring this under the eye. I will say, if you're just wanting to sweep this under the eye, maybe find a smaller brush like the eyeshadow brush with the small end. I'm trying to do it with just one. Really just depends on your preference. Okay, I am going to switch to, I'm going to go back into Cocoa. I'm going to switch. I'm going to put some Strawberry Fields on. I start somewhere and I end up everywhere else. So again, we put it on our finger, and I want to press this on the lid and then work it in. And that gives us the structure of that bright. I say try it, okay? Because you can see where everything lies, like all of the eyelid stuff, okay? I'm going to take, if you have mature lids, I want to say etch brush. We're going to grab this etch brush. I'm going to wipe off. Well, I'm going to clean it off. Okay, cleaning off the square end. We're going to clean off the square end as best as we can. And then I'm going to spray it with setting spray. Okay. I always wipe it and streamline it so that it makes it thin. We're going to go into Cocoa. I like eyeshadow for mature eyes for eyeliner. It's softer and it's not going to mature the eyes, but also don't use black. Use something neutral like Cocoa. Philly Revival's so pretty. And so we're going to press and stamp this as our liner. Don't go all the way across. Just go about a quarter of the way in. You don't want to close that eye, and you're going to just keep it above the lashes. And then going into the lashes here. Don't worry about a wing. Just worry about resting this color and deepening above those eyelashes right there. Okay, don't worry about a wing. Just go to the end of the lashes like that. Do you see how it adds that little thickness there? That's all we're wanting to do. And then if you want, just brush it on that lid right on the inside. My lashes don't grow all the way in. So when I do this, it gives the illusion of my lash mascara going all the way across. It also gives the illusion that my eyeliner goes all the way across without closing up my eye. So grabbing a little more of that Cocoa on that wet brush. And again, it's stamping, tapping. Because when you're sweeping on mature lids, it's just gonna move the skin and not necessarily the shadow or the eyeliner. And I'm not gonna say make a wing. I'm just gonna say build that up just a little bit, because it'll give your eye that little bit of lift. All right, grabbing some more Cocoa. We're gonna go over here. We're doing the same thing, just pressing and tapping on that lash line. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. All right, tapping and tapping, and then again hitting that little inner lid if you want, and just tapping it. And I'm even going to bring it, and you can sweep it along your lower lash line if you like. if you like. I really just want you to try the lid placement with covering the whole lid, bringing it up and out, like I say, and then using your finger to tap on a little lightness on the lid. That's what I want you to try. I am going to, for my own sake, add my tight lining. This is not for everyone, but add your mascara next. So we're just going to pop this on. I like adding a tight line here. And it just helps fill my lashes. And you can try this. We're just going to get that in. Flick, flick. It's not a huge difference, but it makes a difference, and it makes me happy. And makeup should make you happy. But if you're trying to figure out how to make mature eyes that are hooded, I mean, as we mature, my hooded eyes are getting lower and lower. They're starting on the outside, and it's working its way in. And I'm 43, so they're changing, but I know they're not as mature as everybody else's because everyone else may know. And I want to find a way for it to work. So here, that's my challenge, is for you to help me and put it in the comments, good or bad. Tell me if it works. Tell me what you would want to see different. Give me suggestions. Help. Again, the only way I can be better for you is if I get input. I don't know everything. Good God, thank God. But I do love learning. And makeup isn't there. Life is learning, okay? And finding the colors that you like and the placement that you like of makeup. You should always be ready to learn. Plus, one day my lids will be mature and I will need to know what to do. So we're just going to wiggle this at the root. I use Bare Minerals Lashtopia as my mascara. I saw somebody using Thrive mascara. I'm dying to try it. Darn. But don't judge the placement of the eyeshadow, okay? Don't message me when you haven't done your mascara yet, because do you see how it mascara fixes everything, okay? That's why people get the fake lashes, right? I love getting me some glue-ons on. All right. I will say the extensions killed my lashes. All right, so I'm just wiggling at the root, filling it up. Getting this on. And I want you to do this placement. Put on your mascara and then tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me what didn't work. Tell me what did work. Tell me why. Give me the stuff to help with the stuff. We all have it and we all find ways to work with it. I've got my scarring and it took a lot of trial and error to figure out what worked for me, and then I share it. I think using this brush, now I would again pair it if you're going to be stamping. This is something hindsight, one of those things now that I've done it. I would say pat it on like we did and bring it up and out using that finger right there. But instead of using this big old end, I would go in on the small end of the etch brush and go into Dream. And that's where you can go and press it down here. I like a little bit of smokiness, but when you have mature eyes, you want to have soft. If it's harsh, it's going to mature it. So a hard liner, like a liquid liner, or getting in with that pencil and pulling your eye way out to get it taut to do it, it's not going to be helpful. Eyeshadow is very forgiving. And so when you get that brush wet to make that eyeliner, it can be really forgiving. And I want you to try it. I love the community I have here. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But also, if you're new here and you're seeing this and you think she can't tell me what to do, perfect. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do, and it makes me better. I'm always here for learning. So that's where I'm going to shut up. And I'm going to say, try this method, and I'm going to add more. Once you get that mascara on, you're like, I need more. But I'm grabbing more Dream, and I'm just going to bring this farther up. And I'm just adding more. It's such a beautiful color. Honestly, this is your one and done color, but that Strawberry Fields could be such a pretty little pop of lightness that's not stark white. It has that pinky tone to it. I really like this. This is a great matte finish. Forget drift. Forget I even used drift. I love when I go in and I'm like, I'm going to try something. And then I start getting through it and I'm like, shouldn't have done that. So I'm going to say, skip the drift. I eat my words on that one. I do love drift. It's a great illuminator. So it's a pretty illuminator. If you want something that does more than one thing, drift would be it. Okay, I want you to try this method, and I want you to get back to me. That's it. Help me help you. Help me be better for everyone. Okay, that's it. Have a great day.